Good afternoon. Welcome to the West Side Story. I'm your host, John Casey. For those of you who are new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. For those who are returning, thank you for your continued support. If you like what you see, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you. Jumping into the crime report, we actually do have a couple of items to report this week. There is a motel located on the El Camino Real called the Bella Vista. For those of you who follow local politics, you know that the city and the county put together a deal to actually buy this kind of rundown motel and actually convert it to homeless for the housing for the homeless. If you were to drive by it today, you'd see that all the windows are boarded up. But apparently there's some problem keeping people out of it. We had a call there for police service on the 28th for domestic violence and on the 30th for stolen ID. So they aren't doing too good a job of keeping them out. And I noticed there's also no fence, so you can literally walk from the El Camino into the property, and I haven't seen any guards. Seems like a really bad idea to me. They need to tighten that up. Kind of just another interesting thing, the Hotel E Real, which is right next door, also had a service call on the 30th for domestic violence. So I think we really as a city need to kind of keep an eye on that area and maybe push to make some of these things work a little better. Kind of in the police area, but not really. The city of Santa Clara about a year ago decided they wanted to replace the water pumping station at the intersection of Victor and Laurelwood out in the northeast side of town. The work started and for some reason stopped. It may have been pandemic, but in any case the work stopped. And the scale of the work is pretty big. I mean, you're digging pipes out of the street, you're tearing out pumps, and you have a lot of regulatory issues when you're talking about both drinking water and sewage. So there's a lot going on there. The decision has been made to go back to the construction to start it up again. So from April 11th of this year till October 15th of this year, the intersection of Laurelwood and Victor is going to be closed. The work's going to be going on like 8 to 5, but the closure will be 24/7 for the entire time. So if you happen to be out that way, please keep an eye and plan on not using that intersection because it will be closed. Having seen these kinds of projects in the past, I suspect there'll be a lot of ancillary projects being conducted near the area, and people will be delayed there also. So just stay out of the area if you can. That's my advice. Another item that came out from the city this week, and it a little concerns me. City has a presence on a lot of social media profiles. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Nextdoor, and the police department uses a program called Nixle. Nixle was designed to allow police departments across the world to actually release information kind of quickly. The feeling on the part of the city's management is that it has been kind of abused because they don't only report emergencies, lights out, bad weather, accidents, shelter in place. They not only report that, they report a lot of other things. The decision has been made to stop using Nixle to do that. So if you are a subscriber to Nixle, you probably want to pick one of the other platforms. Kind of bothers me because I really like Nixle. You don't get anything but police information. But as I say, that's what the city's chosen to do. Library is doing their usual bang-up job of a wonderful set of programs. One that caught my eye this time is they're doing a program on the basics of Medicare. A lot of us, when we reached that age, really didn't think we'd ever get there, so we never studied it. It's only an hour program, but I think for those folks who need to sign up for Medicare, I think you'd find it helpful. The City Council's meeting tonight, and that's always an interesting thing. You can watch them live on YouTube or on the city's public access channel, Channel 15. And if that doesn't fit your timing, you can certainly watch it on YouTube anytime after it's over. So there's a couple of different ways you can do that. And if you would just rather read the minutes, you can do that on the city's website. So lots of opportunities there if you want to know what happened. A couple of big items. The first one is they're bringing Raj back as the city manager. And there's some rumors about was he the best guy for the job and should they bring him back? And I'm going to stay out of that one. I quite frankly don't know the man. I can't offer any information on his performance or his style. However, one thing I am painfully aware of is that state law is abundantly clear that a person who is on a pension, as Raj is, can only work 960 hours a year, a little less than 6 months. And there are enough people who don't think he is the guy to bring back that they'll probably be sitting there with a little notepad ticking off the hours. So this is going to be kind of an interesting discussion. The other thing that's coming up is the city annually looks at salaries for the people in unions. This means that it's spelled out in the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, and the criteria is spelled out very clearly. Everybody knows when it's coming, kind of knows what the resources available are. However, they also are a number of employees in the city who are either management, senior management, and they have just what they call an unclassified management group, Unit 9, that actually is where the salary increases for those unclassified management people go. We're talking C-level plus here, maybe director level. All those folks are in that unit. There's an additional unit in the police department for people who are hourly employees, hourly partial employees, excuse me. That is a situation where the crossing guards, the park leaders, many of the park leaders, the people who are on standby, like for games at the Levi Stadium or other events over there, or big events at the convention center and all of those other places, they are also going to be discussed this afternoon or this evening, talking about do they deserve a raise, and if so, how much. Like I say, this is going to be a pretty interesting meeting. So that's it from the West Side for this evening. Thank you, and please stay safe.